All right, everybody, how are you guys doing tonight? So this is going to be our first Team Cup call, and I've got you guys muted, but I do want you to feel free. This is going to be interactive, so really what this is all about is just Deanna and I going over kind of what is a Team Cup, what's the purpose here, what are we all doing, how are we going to do it, and get ready. Granted, the Team Cup doesn't start until February 1, but realistically, we need to get started yesterday to get us prepared for February. So, okay, John, I'm going to unmute you, and then I'll just kind of ask you to share. Does that sound good? Okay. And okay. So first of all, what is Team Cup? Well, let's talk about Team Cup for a second. I don't want anybody here to feel pressured by Team Cup because that's not what it's about. Raise your hand if you want to help people. Like if you want to truly change lives, raise your hand. Right? Everybody on here is going to absolutely. So here's the thing. This is why I love Team Cup, and this is why I think Team Cup is so important, and this is why we kind of, I don't want to say pressure, but we kind of throw so much like, you need to do Team Cup into this. Just like the workouts, if we don't have goals, it's really hard to push ourselves through the workouts, right? We have to have something that we're working towards, something that we're working for. Our desire to help people is incredible, but there's also a lot of like uncomfortable situations that are going to rise in helping people the same way that uncomfortable situations are going to rise in us doing our workouts, waking up too early for them because we don't want to be morning people, or time nutrition, or the workouts are hard, leg day, yay, that kind of stuff. So we have to really focus on some sort of goal, and sometimes we need something like a group to keep us accountable, to push us to doing those things to achieve that goal. That's really what the Team Cup is all about. We all want to help people. That's a goal for everybody. So what this is about is not to pressure people into helping people. It's to set a goal in our minds so we can push, so that we can push ourselves outside of our comfort zone where we would naturally want to stay inside of it, and really get out there to impact more lives. That's what we're here for. Along that process, we get to earn little prizes and fun swag and cool stuff like that as well. But that's really what these groups are all about. It's not about trying to freak out and feel overwhelmed and get uncomfortable, like this is all uncomfortable to me, I just don't want to do it. It's about just saying, hey, look, you're going to run up against some things that are going to be uncomfortable. This is the perfect situation to make yourself go, okay, I have to, because we know that right outside of that comfort zone is going to be where success lies. So that is our goal with all of this. That is Team Cup in a nutshell. It's not different than what we do in general. We're not going to approach it any different than what we do. The only difference between what we're doing with Team Cup and what we do in normal, trying to help people in just a normal month, is that we're going to set a little bit higher goals, and we're going to push ourselves to help a few more people instead, so that we can force ourselves to be pushed outside of our comfort zone and do something a little bit different. That's why we're here, and that's what this is all about. Does that make sense to everybody? Raise your hand if that makes sense. Okay. Most of you here have actually been through, well, let's see, not most of us, about half of us have been through a Team Cup before. So we know kind of what to expect in them. So the rest of us, or anybody watching this afterward, that's really what this is all about. So now we understand what it is. We win prizes. It's a ton of fun. It lasts until the end of February. If you need any other specifics on it, there's Beachbody FAQ, February Team Cup 2018 FAQ. You can find all the nitty-gritty and specifics in there as well, or you can reach out and ask, but I would say that FAQ is a lot faster. So find it there, but we're all registered and we're all going to be on board. Now the question is how? Well, it's pretty simple. It's the same thing that we've always done. So some of you have already know what we do. We work on ourselves. Number one, we share online what we do authentically and honestly, right? We share to inspire, not to impress. And number three, we invite people to join us in the next group. So we do that stuff anyway. This is just going to say, okay, now let's set a little precedent. How many people are we going to help this month? Let's push ourselves a little bit more. And what do we need to do that? And then it's about telling everybody, this is what I'm going to do this month, even when it sounds scary, so that you truly push yourself to do it, right? Like that's what this is all about. That's the beauty in Team Cup. We all do it. I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm going to say numbers that are a little scary for me, a little bit uncomfortable. That's the point of this, right? That's why we all do this. So those processes are very simple to understand or to explain. So what I want to do real quick is just break down what each of those look like so that we all know. Deanna, is there anything I'm missing in there? Okay. So number one, we work on ourselves, obviously, okay? So the first thing, though, I think we should actually step back, and I actually want you I want you to write down in your mind. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to limit or push you guys more than you want to be pushed. So take a second right now. I want you to actually write down how many lives am I going to commit myself? How many lives? And I will say, let's say 3 is an absolute minimum. So 3 is a minimum, but let's change more lives than that this month. So how many lives this month am I myself going to impact by connecting somebody with a challenge pack, connecting them with a workout, and then plugging them into one of our groups? How many people this month am I going to impact? I want you to write that number down for yourself, and I want you to make it purposefully a little bit scary, okay? Because this is where the kind of honest, true, loving push comes from. And I'm going to make mine scary, and Deanna's going to make hers scary. We're all going to do that in scary form. So take a quick second if you're watching this or if you're here with us right now, and just write down what that number looks like. How many people? So I'm going to say, okay. Who's willing to share those numbers? Anybody? You guys willing? 12 people. Look at that. Dang, Jerry. Oh my gosh. Well played. You know, I said 10. I said 10. You're like a step up. Well done. Okay, I like it. Where are we at, Justice? I can't see yours for some reason. Here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna unmute everybody. Justice, what do you? And hold on 1 second. I'm gonna do everybody at one time. Unmute all. Okay, so what do we got, Justice? Where are you at?
I'm at 10.
Nice, 10. Justice. I'm gonna write these down here just so we can watch it. 10, Jerry, 12. I'm holding you to it, Jerry, now. You can't go back to 10 now, even though we. All righty, Deanna, where are you at? You got to tell me. I can't hear you. I can't see it.
10.
10. Oh, your voice. Sorry, I just realized. Jen.
15.
15 people.
Yep.
Nice. Man, you guys, I love it.
So I wrote 10 because I was just doing the math first, right? So I was like, okay, SC20, I want 10 people. And then you said, make it scary, and 10 didn't seem that scary. So then I put it to 20. Then I was like, oh, I always get in trouble for going too high.
Nope.
But look at my team. I mean, I got to be at 20.
Yep. No, you're 20. This is the whole point.
10 in that free group that are going to do it.
There you go. Okay, Rochelle, I'm going to put you on blast here.
I think I want to I'm going to go with Jerry and do 12.
Yeah.
Huge. Look at that. And okay,
Right.
let me back this up. There's no wrong answer here. I just want everyone to feel comfortable with that. There's no wrong answer. I say 3 is a minimum only because I know we all can help 3 people. I know it without. So I want you to push yourself a little bit, but I don't want you guys to feel like I've got to say something that's so scary, that's so overwhelming that, just to fit in or to, so don't think that, but I love these numbers. So 12. Dusty, where are you at?
5.
5 people. That's awesome. That's not a bad thing. Like, don't feel bad about that. That's fantastic.
What's so bad about that?
What's up?
SC10 is rad.
Yeah. The way you said it was like, I'm like, oh, I hope you feel confident. That's awesome. Okay. So now we know, I'm going to do this. Now we know where everybody's at. Okay. And I do that really because, sorry, I'm commuting everybody. Because I know for me, like when we do we were doing little leadership calls, we were helping each other, like a little team of leaders on this team, and we were just doing a Zoom call like this and sharing our numbers with everybody and our goals and all that stuff. And I know I'm so much more accountable when I've got a group like that I have to say out loud what I plan on doing and then show up and try to do it. And at the end of the day, guys, this is our goal. Like this is what we're here to change lives. It's not going to be comfortable all the time. That's what's amazing about it. That's what's the best part is because through that uncomfortable time and through those high, like, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to lean into it. This is where we find the true change in us because we're pushing ourselves to be bigger and better and do different things. And that's why I love this. That's epic. If everybody hits those, I love it. I think it's incredible. So now we've got through the hairy stuff. How are we going to do it? First things first is we have to share ourselves online. So we know, most of us know how to share our story. However, there is a, how do I explain it? Sorry, side note, babe, real quick. Does this burner need to be on? Turn it off. Okay, sorry guys, give me 1 second. Sorry, yeah. I just looked over and I saw this thing on a pot and the burner on. I'm like, nobody's out here. Nobody's going to be out here for a while. So, okay. So back to it. We share what we do authentically. We share us. So like 3 quick little tips on that is we share what we're going through with our fitness. We share the struggles and we share when we're loving it and we're doing awesome. More importantly, we share who we are authentically as people. We will never, ever, and most of you, a lot of you here on this call understand this. They get it, okay? But for anybody that's not been into coaching yet, it is so massive that we understand that we are really just sharing ourselves. We are not branded Beachbody. Those are 2 very different things. I don't sell Beachbody, okay? I help people utilize the systems that I currently use, which live under the Beachbody name, but I help people use these systems, and the way I help people use these systems is by sharing what I'm going through, inspiring them as well as I can, and trying to let them know that we have a way to help them. I'm doing this right now. This is how I help myself, and I would love to help you too, or you can help me at the same time because I need the help to stay accountable as well, and this is how we're going to do it. That's it. I'm talking about me. I'm sharing my story. I'm not sharing Beachbody's story. Okay, so that is our number 1 goal. If you are new and you have no clue, you're watching this, you're like, I don't even know where to start when it comes to sharing my journey or whatever is going on. 20% are fitness and health and that kind of stuff. 80% who we are as people. Okay, just be honest and share yourself. One good way to kind of learn how to share a story, go to Deanna's page, right? Go to Jessica's page, go to Jen's page, like go to Dusty's page, go to the pages of the coaches that have been here for a little while. Take a look and see how they're sharing stuff. See what they're sharing. See when they share it, those kinds of things. Usually it's 2 posts a day. It's 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. It's pretty straightforward. So there is some help. If you have questions about that, do not hesitate to reach out. But at the end of the day, we're sharing who we are online. This allows us to be authentic and honest and people to see what we're doing so that when we do the scarier part, which is to actually reach out to people and invite them to what we're going to, the groups that we have and to what we've got coming up, they actually can look at our page and go, yeah, this makes kind of sense. I can get a feel that I trust. I know, right? This is the person that I found even if I don't know them, I know a little bit about them and I feel connected to them and I feel like I can trust them. That's the important part. That's probably the number 1 thing that we do. And that's probably the most important thing that we can do to truly inspire change in people, right? So we work on ourselves, number 1, which means we commit to a program. So everybody that is not committed to a program already needs to commit to a program today for the entirety of February, period. That's not an option. We've got to work on ourselves and we've got to be sharing what we are doing authentically. The only way we can authentically share what we're doing is if we're doing something. So it's just as simple as that. So we dive into a program, we dive into the nutrition plan, we follow that as closely as possible, we work on personal development. We have to break our mindset of thinking that anything that's negative even comes into play. It doesn't have the option to come into play. We've got to give ourselves the tool set necessary to keep a positive mindset because that's truly what this is all about. People are going to come to you looking for help. The only way that you can truly help them is to help yourself first, right? We put on our oxygen mask before we put anybody else's on. It's the same kind of thing. We've got to put on our oxygen mask, work on ourselves physically, work on ourselves mentally, work ourselves through nutrition and all that stuff, right? So we've got to do that first, then we can put the oxygen mask on somebody else, which is just bringing them to the party that we're already a part of. That's really it. So that's the other thing we do. Now the little bit scarier part for some people, the actual reaching out and inviting people. This is the most important thing we can do next to sharing ourselves and staying online. This is the actual place that we start to help people. Here's the deal. People are not going to come to you, okay? 9 out of 10 times, they don't reach out and come to you. Sometimes it happens. There are some coaches that do exceptionally well with just attraction marketing. They also have a really solid understanding of exactly how to post when there's a lot of stuff that goes on there, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fantastic. But 9 out of 10 times, people that are out there that are wanting change, right? That you can help them. They are either scared to reach out. It's embarrassing. They don't know what to say, how to ask. They don't know that they can get helped. They don't know any of this stuff. So until we let them know, hey, I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but I've got this amazing group. I'm going to work on myself and try to get some, try to take care of some goals that I've got for my health and fitness. And I would love to have you join me. We can help each other stay accountable. Is that anything you want to be a part of? Right? Until we can let them know that there's something going on and an opportunity for them to be inside of a group or to do what we're doing, they don't know. So we just have to assume that they don't know. At the end of the day, the more people we let know, the more people they're going to say, yeah. Also, the more people are going to say no. That's totally fine. We have to understand that probably the majority of people are going to say, you know what, it's just not for me right now. That is great. I have no problem with that. That's fantastic. Because I have to understand that I said no. All of us probably at one point said no a number of times, right? It wasn't the right time. And until it's the right time, that is fine, because we don't want to push somebody into something. We're just here to let them know, hey, I'm going out to dinner. You can roll with me. I'd love to have you. I'd love to join me. No, I don't do that. Cool. No worries. I'm not going to drag you to dinner. That's awkward and weird and gross. I don't want to try to talk you into coming to dinner with me. I don't want to talk you into joining a group with us, right? I want you to be at the right time for you, that you'll actually put in the effort for yourself so that we can truly change your life together, you and me, right? That's what this is all about. Who has questions about that right now? Does anybody have any questions about those steps? Seems pretty normal. Okay. Real quick, I want to just hit on a couple little things about sharing. This is mainly for the new people that are not been coaching for long or just getting into this, and inviting, because we kind of have to talk a little bit of realistically, hey, if we're going to see these numbers come to fruition, how are we going to make those numbers come to fruition? So first of all, sharing. Online, don't share other people's posts. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with it, and sometimes it works, but right now, specifically speaking, focus on sharing you and your story. I want to see what you're doing. Who are you? What program, without naming programs, what are you struggling with today? What workout did you struggle with today? What was tough for you? Let me just give you guys some insight on a post that made, and some of you know this, but on a post that made a massive impact. The number 2 coach in this company named Ashley Molstead. And one of these days I'm going to get her on one of these calls. I was just talking to her the other day. She was doing really, really well. She's doing exceptionally well. And then she made a post. And this post was her sitting down. It's a long story, but sitting down. And she's in underwear and a sports bra. And her belly is just kind of folded over, right? And it's just it's not one of those look at me, look how pretty I am posts. It was a very real, raw, honest post. And it basically broke down the idea that, look, this is pretty too. I was trying to do this style, this photo where I looked a certain way and all this stuff was great. But you know what? I'm a real person and this is real life. And in real life, this is pretty too. And this is okay. And sorry guys, I don't know why I'm viewing Rachel's screen. Hold on one second, guys. This just got really weird for me. Oh, there it goes. That was odd. I didn't never see that happen before. But she shared that post. Well, that post, none of her other posts, not the other posts of her looking appropriate or looking super lean or ripped after a program, none of the other posts of her sharing the wins. It was that post where she was super vulnerable, super honest, and relatable. That was the post that went viral. That was the post that got picked up by a bunch of different blogs. That was the post that shot her following from 5,000 or 20,000 to 100,000. It was insane in a couple of days. That was the post that allowed her to have the eyeballs on her so that she could do the hard work at that point and start building relationships with all these new eyeballs that helped catapult her into being the number 2 girl in this entire company, instead of, which she was already doing very well, right? But that was the post. It wasn't the post about her perfect life. It was a post about her being real and honest. She shares a lot of photos of her. You go to that page, you know who she is. There's no question. There are a lot of things that we do need to do, and we do need to recognize about posting. We have to share. Look, I'll be honest, because you guys are in this group, okay? And I don't share this with everybody, because you guys are in this group and we have a mission, and there's some high numbers here, okay? So I'll tell you guys now. If I can go to your page right now, and I don't know who you are, meaning if I can go to your page after next week and we're posting, right, and we're sharing ourselves, and I don't see you, or I don't see what you're doing, or I don't know anything about you, or it's a bunch of shared content or any stuff like that, if I can do that, It's not that you can't help people, but you're going to struggle a lot in this. It's going to be really hard because at the end of the day, the only way people get to know, love, and trust you is if they see you and if they know you. And the only way they get to know you is if they see what you're doing and share you. I know for me, when I very first started, that was super uncomfortable. Not because I was scared to share, but because I don't want to look, pretentious. I know actually, Jerry, I've talked to other people about this on this call, right? That you don't want to look pretentious. You don't want to look egotistical. You don't want to look like, oh, look at me. Totally not that game. It's just not. It's not what we're here to do. And anybody that looks through Deanna or my page or Jessica's page or Dusty's or any of the coaches that have been doing this for a while, I think you would look through, and if you read the comments and you read the posts, you see what's going on, I think you'll be surprised. You'll see a lot of photos of us, of all of us. You'll see very little bragging or kind of like arrogance or whatever it is about it. It's really just to get your face out there. People want to see who you are. Right? And we become, again, we are our brand. We are the product that we are, quote unquote, if we're selling anything, we're who we're selling. Us, seeing us so people can relate to us. So that is probably the most important piece of information I can give you when it comes to sharing your story. Inviting is massive, and we're going to have to do a lot of it, and it's going to get a little bit scary. So the first thing I would say is, pick a number of people that you're going to invite, that you feel comfortable that you can send an invite out to every single day, meaning amount of people every day that you can invite. So for me, I invite 10 new people to a challenge group every single day. Okay. I actually go in and I literally have my little track. I have a little 2018 track. I would like to write everything down, right? So I go through and I write down all the names, and then I go back through and I follow up with people, right? When I start new conversations, I do this stuff. I have a number in my head because I know that for me, here's two things that are going to happen. You're going to send out a lot of messages, private messages, people saying, and I'm happy to share in our message thread what our invites look like so that you can get an idea. I would say word them like you so they sound authentic to you so that it doesn't seem weird for you to say it in those words. Aside from that, I send out 10. I'll share them with you at minimum because I know two things. One, I know that if I want to help hit Success Club 10 even, and I want to help 5 people, I need to invite twice that pretty much every day. That's just how the numbers end up working out. It is what it is. It's totally fine, right? Many people are going to say no. With that elevated amount of invites, we're also going to hear a lot of people say, I'm just not interested or not respond. Again, totally cool. You're also going to have some people, because you send out so many, saying, hey, that'd be interesting. Tell me more about this. Or what's going on? Or you have some good conversations going. Here's the problem. When we only invite a couple people, maybe 1 or 2 every day, or a couple people in the month, or whatever it looks like, you're going to hear still a lot of people say no, right? The difference is you're not going to have really any conversations going on that make you feel like you can be successful in this because you're not really kind of talking to anybody or you're not inviting anybody. So that's when it becomes kind of like, oh, I feel like I don't know if I can be successful in this. No, unfortunately, you're just not talking to enough people. And that's okay. It's scary at first. I get it. But that's just what it gets down to. You're not going to bug people. You're not going to be bothering people. And you're not going to spam people and try to push stuff down their throat, like we said before. That's not the purpose. Our invites, the way I invite people is really basic. It's just like I said, hey, I have no idea if you'd be interested in this or not. And either way is totally cool. There's no pressure here. I just want to let you know, I've got this private health and fitness group that I'm be a part of. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be amazing. And I'd love to have some more people help me keep me accountable. And I'd love to do the same for you. Is that anything that you would want to be a part of? Done. That's an invite. There's nothing pressury about that. And if they come back and say, no, thank you, I want nothing to do with it, I go, hey, no problem at all. I just wanted to make sure that I let you know. And I'll keep you in the loop for future groups just in case you decide to change your mind or something or whatever. No big deal. It's really basic. And I say, again, we'll share that with you. That's what an invite looks like. I can't tell you how many invites I've sent out. And I've literally maybe in the past 4 years got 2 responses, maybe. And that's if I have to think about it and I'm guessing. Maybe 2 that were actually snarky. All the rest of them were no, thank you. Thank you for, or yes, or whatever. Dusty, what's up? Let me unmute you here. There you go.
Mike, do you want me to start signing?
Yeah, please.
I had a question about that I meant to ask and I just bury it and move on. But I send out those initial invites and I get a lot of, oh yeah, I've been working out real hard at the gym, or I've been changing it up at the gym. And yeah, I'd love to be part of this group. That sounds awesome. That would totally help me in the gym. And I'm like, awesome. Now where do I go? And so
Great
I
question.
because I'm like, oh shit.
No. That's actually a really great question. And I think it's something, to be completely honest, I need to start changing too with the way I've just noticed this recently. We, as a culture, Beachbody culture, I feel like we have this thing in our minds that says that these are only at-home workouts. Totally not true. When we go on vacation, I take my workout to the gym with me, and I do it at the gym. All we're doing with people like that is saying, awesome, you're already going to the gym, you're already exercising, fantastic. All I'm going to do is be able to give you access to a plan. So when you go to the gym, you know what to do. You're not just going to the gym like I used to do for 16 years, and I thought I kind of had a plan, and I didn't know what was really going on. I'm also going to be able to give you a nutrition plan that goes with that physical plan or the workout plan so that you can get best results. So somebody like that, I would probably just step back and ask them the simple question. And anybody else that wants to jump in here, don't let this be the Justin show, because we all have good ideas. I'm not the only one. But I would just jump back and be like, awesome, I love that you're going to the gym. What goals are you working towards? I would just straight back into a question. Figure out why are they going to the gym? What do they want to achieve? Right? What are they doing at the gym? You know what I mean? And so when you start talking through it to them, well, how's your nutrition? I know I struggle a lot with nutrition. You know, and I know that's one of the things that I love about what I do. It makes that really easy for me. So, you know, is that anything that you struggle with too? Or what do you struggle with? Cravings, not knowing to eat? Start kind of going through that stuff. And then they start bringing out the pain points. Well, you know, I feel like I eat healthy, but I don't know, you know, like I don't know really what to eat sometimes. Totally get it. I know exactly how you feel. I literally felt the same way. There was a disconnect in my nutrition. I wasn't sure what it was. That's why I love the plan that I have now, because it gives me the exercises to do at the gym that I can do at the gym, and it gives me the nutrition plan. You know, and then you can start breaking through. Hey, there's a really great workout that I think you would love. You should check this out. If I shoot you this quick video, you have a second to take a look at it, and just move it in that direction. It's really, really, really basic. But I do think, as a culture, honestly, I do think that we believe like you can't do this unless you're at home. And I totally disagree with that. Even though I'm totally guilty of playing that card myself a million times, I need to reset and be like, why am I telling people that? It's so not true. You totally do this at the gym. Why would you not? You take your phone, you put it in your pocket, you plug it in your ear, or you set it down like this and be done with it. Like, awesome, you know, and now you got a plan. It's epic.
I did shift shop at the gym, so.
See, totally. Why do we think this? But I do too, so I know where you're coming from. What do you want to share, Deanna? Can't hear you. I think, are your headphones still plugged in or something? Huh. Say it again. No, unmute it. There you go.
Is the Bluetooth still connected? Because if the Bluetooth is still on, I know, but oh, it's a cord. Okay, I see.
That is really weird.
Well, can I just say something while she's trying to figure it out? I have a gal in our group right now that I've been wanting to have. She's on my dream team, and she's a super gym beast. You know, she's one of those people that really loves the gym. And I just kept following up with her, and we were connecting on like a real like friend level. And when 80 Day came out, it was right up her alley because it added to what she was doing to the gym. Now she's the kind of person that is doing 80 Day and going to the gym, and she's insane, right? But see, I want those people on my team because that's how I am. Like, I'm like not all there in that way. So like, I feel like that's a way to look at it. Some of those people that are going to be at the gym too are probably going to be some of your potentially good coaches because they can help a ton of people. So that's just my thought on that.
So what I was going to show really quick is, I think something that we forget sometimes, and I did as a new coach, is my echo, so annoying. Is that we always feel like we need to talk about the program. Like we forget, we feel like it needs to go like this, but sometimes it's okay if we stop talking Beachbody. So if it's like, oh, hey, I go to the gym. Awesome. What are you doing? Oh, I'm doing CrossFit. Awesome. How's that working out for you? Like, how long have you been doing it? Like, just ask about them. Ask. And I'll do that sometimes where I actually go off topic. You know, I'm talking about health and fitness or whatever. And then they say, oh gosh, you know, I've been really busy with the kids. And instead of me going, oh my gosh, you're going to love this program because it's perfect for a busy mom's schedule, I'm like, oh my gosh, how old are your kids? Like, Are they in sports? Like, I get off, because then it lets them know that I'm not just trying to rush them into a sale, because that's icky. I'm like, I really want to care. I really want to know about them. And then I can tie it into like, girl, I hear you. I was a single mom for a while, or I was a stay-at-home mom, or, you know, then I can relate to them, or I can share a story of somebody that is just like them, and then how this did fit into their life. So asking those questions and being okay for it to get off Beachbody for a bit, then to pick up, I think it really helps, because then they know that you care and you have the tools to better help them. So that's what I was going to say really quick.
Totally. And on top of that, you know, I've actually got a friend that is like a guy super successful in coaching. And I think about it, it's funny. I go to his page, got to use him for inspiration because he makes some pretty funny posts. So I look at him like, what's he posting? You know, every day there's a photo of him at the gym. Like, he just takes, like, and it's his, if you saw his Facebook page, you'd be like, how is this guy a successful coach? It blows me away. And he's wildly, like, it's like, what? And it's always just like him, literally, he'll be like in front of the mirror like this, like standing in front of like a Smith press machine. And I'm like, you're totally, you know, like, you wouldn't expect it. But I think that's just it, is we kind of pigeonhole ourselves into this one particular area. And it's just not at all what Beachbody is all about, or what the system's all about, you know? And exactly, like Deanna said, being able to go off topic and then move back into what we do, because at the end of the day, we don't want to push somebody into it. So if they're saying, I'm loving CrossFit, I love the camaraderie of the group, it's the only reason I go right now, it's what's actually got me, then they probably need to stay in CrossFit. Like, at least we know that, though. They shouldn't be in one of the groups, because whatever's getting them up and active and moving, perfect. And I would actually tell them, you know what? Hey, I love that you're out there and you're bettering yourself, and I love that you found something that's working for you. I don't honestly think this group would be the right fit for you. I think you should actually stay doing what you're doing, because we're all doing a totally different workout, and it's all online so that we can all do it at our own time and all that. And you know, I think that you're like golden where you're at. You should be there, because I think it's the best thing for you right now. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And they're going to respect that and appreciate it, because, you know, then when they do decide, maybe I do want to, you know, try something different. Maybe CrossFit's expensive. It is. Maybe it's too expensive, or maybe they want less time, right? They just want to do something a little bit quicker. Maybe they don't want to leave their house, or maybe they want to be able to go to just 24-hour fitness or whatever it is. At least they know that you were always honest and upfront at the very beginning, and they can come back and talk to you, and you'll be honest with them, you know? Does that help?
Yes, a lot. Thank you. Huge. I have so many follow-up conversations I'm about to have.
No, I hear you, Dusty, though. I've had the same thing. I don't know why I got my head in that, but I'm totally guilty of it. So I feel your pain. Does anybody else have any questions about that kind of stuff? About invites or follow-ups or any of that? Jennifer, did you say yes?
Mute.
There you go.
I was nodding to Deanna's comment to my comment. Because people will come back and say, oh, you know, I go to the gym every day. I'm making great progress. Have a great group at work. And I always tell them, that is awesome. At least I'm happy that you've got a plan that's getting you to your goals. That's what's most important to me. And I always put that goals in there, because then it gives them something maybe to think about. Well, is this getting me to my goals? And maybe it's not, or maybe a month down the road, it might not be. They might not be hitting the goals that they want to, but they know that I was genuine. And what's most important for me is that they're up and moving and have something that keeps them going. So, and then I nodded to Deanna.
No, that's exactly true. So, yeah, guys, at the root of what we're doing this month is we're just focusing. All we're doing is the exact same thing we normally do. For any of the new coaches out there, this is what we do, right? Like, we do these three things. We focus on these three things. They call it phase one, right? It's basically, they call it phase one because, like, this is the phase of daily activities that allow you to help more people. If you aren't doing these things, none of the rest of it matters. This is the core of what we do to change lives. And then beyond that, we just expand. We have the ability to expand our reach by then helping other people help other people change their lives. Like, that's the beauty in what we get to do as coaches. So we work on ourselves. I mean, guys, commit to a program, period. Find one, figure it out, 80-day obsession, whatever it is, 21-day fix. Great. Find a program. You're dialed in. You're going to do it. starting today, but whatever day, or February 1st, doesn't matter, just as long as it's through February, and it should be forever, but specifically through February for sure. Share what we're doing online, share authentically. If you have, again, any questions about that at all, please reach out. Throw it in the private message thread that we've got going on with everybody. We're happy to answer any questions, give you guys ideas and more detail about that. And then just invite as many people as you feel comfortable every day inviting. Something that you can be consistent with, though. If you can have 5 conversations a day, this is what's going to happen. You're going to wake up in the morning. You're going to reach out to people that you know. You're going to say, hey, I have no idea if you'd be interested in this or not, but I've got this amazing group of people that I'm going to be doing some health and fitness stuff with, and we're going to be working on some goals. I've got big goals this year. I'd love to have you join me. You can help me stay accountable. I can help you stay accountable. What do you think? Does that sound like anything you'd be interested in, right? Something along those lines. Again, I'll share it in that message thread. But you're going to send that message out to 5 people or whatever. Then later on, you're going to put it away. Later on at night, when you're going to come back to it, you're going to answer those messages. And it's going to be okay, right? Then you're going to do that again. And you're going to do that every single day. But it's the amount of people that you can be consistent with every single day to help more people. That is the key. The amount of people you can be. So it's not a million people today, 1 person tomorrow, 1 person on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's 5 people every single day, 10 people every single day, 20 people every single day. I will tell you guys on this call specifically, only because I know your numbers, right? At 10, 12, 15, 20 people changing lives. I'll tell you right now, you're looking in the 10 to 15 to 20 people every single day neighborhood, okay? That's great. We just go online, we go to our friends list and just start a conversation with them. You know, find people that we know, jog our memory. If there's actually a memory jogger, you can search Google, just flat out Beachbody memory jogger, you'll find it, right? And it'll actually jog your memory on people that you know or where you know people from. You can start writing down names and reach out and invite those people to jump into the group with you, and you guys can help each other stay accountable. One last little thing, and then we'll open up to any last questions, and then we'll move forward. Last little thing, we're inviting people to join us, helping us help them, vice versa. Okay, they're joining us in what we're doing. We're both there to help each other. We are not inviting people to be helped by us. You see the difference there? There's a massive difference in the way we speak to people on that level. Look, none of us are perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I have a lot of work to do on myself in those workouts, especially the 80-day obsession. Every time I walk into that workout and go, ow, that hurts, I know that I got some work to do. I need all the help I can get staying accountable as well. That's my game. I know that most of us are like that. So we need their help. I'm not running the program. Somebody else, Autumn already created it. Everyone else already did the nutrition. I'm just here doing the workouts. They need to do the workouts with me so that I can stay accountable, and I'm going to do the same thing for them. That's all we're doing here, okay? So keeping that in your mind when you're talking to people, I think is a big deal, because it isn't putting on the coach hat saying, now how can I help you? It's coach hat stays off. It just so happens you've got tools. All you're doing is inviting them to the restaurant. You're not cooking the food. You're just here to say, look, I'm doing this and I need the company. Would you keep me company? We can do this together. How do you feel about that? That's what we're here for. Let's lock arms and let's do this together. So when you're down and frustrated, I can pick you up. And when I'm down and frustrated, you can pick me up. How does that sound? That's our purpose. So keep that in your mind when we're talking to people. That's really all we're here to do. And we just get the ability to do it and then help them even help more people. It's kind of amazing like that. Does anybody else have any questions anywhere within the Team Cup, just in general, or anything specifically? Everybody good? Okay, so last thing, we've got a message thread. Do me a favor, guys. Try, only because in these threads, I can tell you from experience, it's really easy to get inundated with 400 messages because there's so many people in this group, okay? So do me a favor, and I want you to absolutely, when you have questions, please ask questions. We will do a weekly check-in, maybe via Zoom like this, where we talk about how we've been doing, any major struggles, all that kind of stuff. Okay, day-to-day questions, feel free to ask them. What I'd ask that you don't do is just throw, like, if you're going to respond, somebody says, hey, how'd you do? One message. I did really good, as opposed to, I did great, another message. It was really hard, another message. But on Tuesday, I did this, another message. And you get like 7 messages in response to one question. And then everybody's doing that. And you've got like, you look at your phone and there's 472 unread messages there. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't even start to look at this right now. You know what I mean? So, and then you're ding, 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 ding all day long. So try to just kind of keep it a little bit more, specific to what is going on, and just try to ask the whole question and answer the whole question in one message, so that we don't have a bunch of little back and forth text messaging going on in that group with that many people in it. Is everybody cool with that? Does that make sense? Okay. I don't want you guys all getting driven nuts from doing it. Okay. If nobody has any questions at all, yes, like I said, it starts on February 1. I would start talking to people and inviting today, because of what you do today is going to be really what gives you somebody to talk to and gives you momentum for starting out on February 1. So don't wait. Start it like tonight or tomorrow, and just start talking to people about it and inviting them to it. If you have any questions about how to respond to a message, that is the perfect thing to photocopy or to screenshot, put it in that message thread, and somebody will get back to you and let you know, this is how I would respond. What do you think? Does that sound good to everybody? Anybody else have any ideas about that or anything? I just don't want this to be all me talking just to talk, like I'm not the leader of all this. We're all in here together. Everybody good? Jessica?
You guys just got to promise you'll all still be friends with me and Justice and Jen and Jerry and Evan when we smoke you guys in this Team Cup thing.
Oh, is that how this is going to go?
We still be friends?
Yeah, we'll be friends. We'll be friends. Maybe. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Just be easy. Just be easy. Don't get it twisted. I don't. This isn't about competition, guys, but I don't mind competition. So, but this really isn't about, just so everybody knows, okay? Don't feel like we have to compete on this, but do compete with yourself. Push yourself a little bit, because that's the purpose. I know what you're doing. Anything else, Kiana? Anything I'm missing? Okay. Prizes. Do you want me to say the prizes? Okay. So everybody that helps 3 people this month. So if you connect 3 people with a challenge pack in the month of February, and you connect them into one of the groups, you're going to win an umbrella, a Beachbody umbrella. What else? That's it, right? Just an umbrella. And then, but the whole group has to do it. I don't know all the prices because I don't really pay attention to the prices, because I just do it anyway. Oh, I think she's coming out here to tell me. Okay, here she comes. This is like her favorite thing. Like I'm not bad. I don't get as excited about the prizes.
I'm such a swag whore.
Yeah.
Okay. So for everybody, because it's not if, it's when, right? So when you help 3 people with the challenge pack in February, individually, yourself, you win a Beachbody umbrella. That's you, yourself. When everybody in your team helps 3 people, then you also win a, I think it's called a crew neck, a long sleeve, like crew neck coach. But everybody on your team
coach
has
shirt.
to help 3 people with the challenge pack, which is totally doable. So yeah, so we get an umbrella and a long sleeve kind of crew neck. And then you win some, for those of you that are going to Summit, which all of you guys should be, you get special recognition. And when your whole team hits Success Club 5, when everybody hits it helping 3 people, then you also get a ticket to be one of the first ones to try out one of the new programs that are going to be released, to do a live workout at Summit. And we don't know who the instructor is going to be or what the workout's going to be. And so that's another little perk as well.
Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So guys, okay, there it is. So that's kind of what we're doing. That's a breakdown. Again, we have that thread for any questions. Otherwise, you guys, I appreciate your time tonight. I appreciate everybody showing up. And let's take February and just maximize the amount of lives that we touch. Sound good? All right, guys. All right, you guys have a fantastic night. Everybody, we will see you guys very soon. Bye, guys.
My right's turn.